Hello, everyone. This is Wendy Lou. I was really feeling fun today, so I thought, oh, hey, bud, can you close that door for me right here? Close this one. RV life, baby. Okay, so the title, Post Equinox. So the new year has finally begun. If you have felt stuck in the mud, in quicksand, um, in the last 3 months, you are not alone. Uh, the new year is not supposed to be January 1st. We're still in cold months, in the winter months. We're still in hibernation. We're still sluggish. We're still in kind of sleep mode, in kind of power save mode during that time. And so, but the equinox ushers in the real new year. Before we transferred to the 12-month Gregorian calendars, the spring, obviously, when everything starts to wake up and is renewed and grows again. That was always the real New Year. And so I thought I would do a post like, here we go, Happy New Year. I might just call it Happy New Year. You'll know. You'll already know before I do in this moment. But what I'm going to do is we're just going to get a story. We're just going to create a story for the rest of 2022. And actually, this will go into, through March of 2023. It'll be this whole year, right? This official kind of 2022. I know a lot of people, if you watch other readers, a lot of people are saying this is a big, big, super important year. Not that any other year is less important, but a lot of big things are going to happen this year. And, we kind of, I think we all bought into this lockdown and the purpose, the illusion of the purpose of the lockdown as kind of this huge, well, I shouldn't say bought into, it really was a big shift. But really what it was exactly what they called it, was a lockdown, we kind of all had to go into hibernation mode. We have gotten so out of sync with the planet, with the seasons, with our own circadian rhythms, that I think this was necessary to force us to kind of have 2.5 years of winter, if that makes sense, to force us to heal, to force us to see, to look at our lives and look where we were settling and look where we were giving our power away and really start to make changes, or to choose to stay plugged into the matrix, which I don't think very many people are choosing that. When we really were presented with the state of our lives and of our world, we all kind of started to realize that we could do better. Okay, so we've been hibernating for 2.5 years, because it was winter when this whole thing began across the ocean, right? And then even before we shut down here in the North America, where I am in America, we had already been in winter. And so, 2.5 years, I would say. Yeah, that's about right. That sounds about right to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do tarot. We're going to start with the tarot and end with the tarot, just to bring it full circle from this beautiful deck. And then I've got a couple oracle decks here. Of course, my Sacred Traveler, where we're going to weave the story of these next 12 months. So join me, won't you, on a journey of the new year energy. So I'm just going to ask for all these messages and guidance to come from the highest vibration of love and light in the cosmos, always and only in the highest good of whoever might be drawn to listen to this reading. All right. Oh, and welcome. Thank you for being here. If you are watching, I appreciate you. Like, share, subscribe. Please do contact me for a personal session if you are called to do so. Ooh, no, we don't want all those. That's too many. 3 jumped. I just want one. You guys. Oh, that's 3 again. I don't know. The lovers came out. No, I don't know. I just want one. We love love, right? We love the lovers card. The lovers, but then it turns into a love reading, and right. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's not gross. Um, it's funny because I follow quite a few people, and everything is jumping, you guys. The year is going to be a lot of what I'm seeing is a carnival. What they're showing me is a carnival ride, and it's going to feel like hiccups, like the ride is jerking, like there's something wrong with the ride, but really what's going on is adjustments. And we have done so much work the last 2.5 years is that they know we're ready for these little kind of jerky movements, right? They're like, okay, they got this. If they don't, they're going to be checking out anyway. So they're just bringing it. Okay, they're just bringing these little adjustments, these micro adjustments, if you will, but they will be on a collective scale. So we're going to feel them. We're going to notice them. And so I feel like the shuffling is reflecting that everything. You guys, I'm in this safe space, right? I create this space for this guidance to come through, and everything that happens, including any interruptions, is all going to be part of the message, right? It's part of the energy that is coming through. The deck is just falling all over the place. I'm just going to stop shuffling, and I'm going to split it. I'm going to cut it. Oh, okay, I like it. 10 of Wands, and then at the bottom of the deck, just because I always like to look when I'm called, Ace of Pentacles. But we're going to look at that later, okay? 10 of Wands, and I want you to notice this picture. So I read intuitively. Sometimes I magically hit on the traditional meaning of these cards, but not always. I take the message that comes through, okay? And what I'm getting from this 10, beautiful. We want the number 10 because it signifies the end of a very big cycle. I say very big because this is the first card of the reading. This is the overall energy for an entire year-long energy that I'm tuning into. And so the fact that it's a 10 is telling me that 2022 is really launching us into the end of this cycle of growth. Okay, so not to say that 2023, like this is going into 2023, right? But not to say that that won't be more growth, but we're just looking at this now through next March. And so 10, huge, coming to the end. We really are, as a species, we're being led and guided and kind of shoved and pushed and pulled to the ledge to be pushed off. No, we're going to jump and we're going to fly. God damn it. But we're really being led to the final stages of this intense period of growth and healing. Okay, this unity consciousness that is coming through for all of us, that is really more about, I used to think of unity consciousness, oh well, it's humanity, like kind of the hive mind, but in a good way. It's humanity being connected, right? Consciously being connected, like we all could have been all this time, but it was shut down and we forgot that we were connected. But really, it's more about, not more, but it's also about our connection to each individual connection to everything that is. Okay, so yes, each other, but also our connections opening up to the beautiful central sun, our divine connection to the infinite, okay? So wands are, I know, you guys, it's embarrassing because I don't remember. They're air, right? No, that's swords. Dang, I always get those two. It's so funny. I always get those two mixed up. Fire, because spells come out of that. That's how I remember it. Spells come out of the end of wands. Seriously, you guys, fire, very good sign. I know I'm looking it up, so I'm kind of going with the traditional, but that's what I was called to do, right? And then I will intuit some of the messages too. But so, and the wands being fire, just lots of action, lots of go. Okay, that worries me. I think my internet just pooped. That was weird. It hiccuped. Oh, you guys, internet. I love you. Please let me get this message out. That would be much appreciated. So, yeah, so that's a big message all by itself. What I do want to say about this actual picture, the way the artist portrays this card, this particular deck, is this gentleman is he looks, to me, this is the message that's coming through. He is malnourished, he is weak, and he is weary, and he is coming to this kind of a harder part. So what's going on is he kind of forgot to take the breaks that he needed along this beautiful, really easy path. And instead of taking care of himself like he should have, he just kept pushing through and didn't take breaks and didn't drink enough water and didn't eat healthy. And now he's at this spot, and he's just going to keep on going. So what's going to happen, you guys, and this is speaking to everybody, okay? I've often asked my guides, when are you going to stop telling me to engage in more self-care? And their response is, when you get it right. We are not doing it enough. We are still not engaging in enough self-care, in a deep enough level of self-care. Okay, just taking a bath once a week is not enough anymore. Okay, taking trying to, I know a lot of people have, the jobs where they have to leave the house, right? That still exists. What? I thought, what, did away with all that. But no, I get it that there are a lot of people that still have to go to a place for a big chunk of the day for their livelihood. And that's huge. And so whatever you can do, but what I'm trying to tell you is you're still not doing enough. And I know that's kind of harsh. Hey, Wendy, stop judging us. Jeez. But really it's it's me just conveying the messages, first of all. But I really just want to convey, I'm right there with you. I know that I'm not doing it enough. I know that I still suck at it. In fact, I go through periods where I just completely ignore it, the signs to do it. Sorry, my leg is falling asleep. And I am going to readjust. Okay, there we go. So we're trying to just kind of push on through. And if you don't start to take this seriously, you're listening to your body, listening to your emotional state, okay, then you are going to get the piano dropped on your head. Okay, so if you notice, so he's carrying these 10 sticks. Okay, that's, it's a decent load, but is it really as heavy as he's making it out to be? Like, I just don't, there we go, there's a good view of it. I just don't see that. I feel like he's really overdoing the drama. Does that sound familiar for any of you? Okay. So this is the message coming into this new year, all right, is, be aware where you're creating drama, where you don't need to, okay? Be aware where you're making it harder than it really is, all right? And be aware when you are ignoring your need for self-care. And self-care doesn't necessarily have to mean, napping or doing something sedentary. Self-care could be go learn how to play the drums. Self-care could be go take a skydiving lesson. Self-care could be learning to surf or swimming with the dolphins. Whatever, is really, whatever, think of something that you've always wanted to do and go that way. Okay. For me, actually, I said learning how to play the drums. I actually have always wanted to do that. I'm not in a settled place right now, so I can't. I see I can't, right? That's not true. That's an illusion, Wendy. That's a belief. I absolutely could. I just, I know that that's waiting for me when I am settled somewhere and am able to, actually maybe buy a set of drums or whatever. But that is something that I know is on my list for self-care. But otherwise, it could be even things like driving an hour to a new place in nature to enjoy nature, but a brand new place. Okay. So try to think outside the box when it comes to your self-care right now. It's not, you've been doing okay. You're kind of caught in a rut of self-care. So that's what this message is coming into this new year. This is where we are right now, is, our guides are looking at us going, all right, you really have done amazing. You're doing so good. And they love us so much and they're so proud of us and they're they're embracing us because we have done so good, you guys. But they're like, please take care of yourselves better. Like we really suck at it. And so we're going to be asked to continue to hibernate kind of here and there. It's not going to be a constant, like I get it. We've been hibernating for a long time, but we're still figuring out how to hibernate, how to really take care of ourselves, how to really take a break, right? I mean, I have someone who I know, who I'm related to through the marriage, that whenever she tries to take a vacation or even take time off, a little bit of time off and just stay home, she gets sick because she doesn't know how to, and she's not the only one on the planet, right? I know some of you are going, oh my God, that's so me. Like we literally don't feel well because we don't know how to slow down. So this is what they're telling us. This is what they're seeing. You're being very dramatic about your situation, yet you refuse to stop and put the damn sticks down and sit down for a little bit or lie down in the sunshine in that beautiful green grass back there. You don't have to tackle this just yet, okay? You have this still right there to take a little nap, okay? So this is us coming into this new energy. So we're going to grab this deck. Why not? We're going to pull, I'm going to do 3 from this deck because just this feels good. Let's get some expansion. Let's get some clarity on this energy coming in right now that is going to get us through this next 12 months. Our real new year. You know, this is, in a lot of ways, this is also why this whole calendar thing, you know, we were kind of, it was forcing the square peg in the round hole when they switched us to the 12-month Gregorian calendar, because it doesn't match our circadian rhythms. It doesn't match the rhythms of Gaia. It doesn't match the rhythms of the galaxy. And so it really is, it's always felt kind of stifling and restrictive. And so that's why when, we try to say, okay, events happening, right? Astrological events we can predict, right? Because we can look out. And we're not looking at the calendar. We look out first and then say, okay, that's going to happen here. Instead of going, well, here's the date. Why is that not happening? That kind of thing. But it's because that's why it works, right? That's why astrology works, because we're not tying it to certain dates every year. It changes every year. But it's why we can't, like, let's say things like conspiracy theory stuff, right? Which is, I like to say conspiracy theories are like magic. Whereas, people say magic, there's a phrase out there, or there's a saying out there, magic is just science we don't understand yet. Conspiracy theories are just truths we haven't become aware of yet. Okay. So for the most part, I know there are some out there that are insane, and those aren't really conspiracy theories. There's another term for those. But there's a lot of stuff that people have been following where a date would come out, let's say, right? Like, let's think about all the times. I can't even tell you how many times, growing up in school or whatever, and they'd say, oh, well, this scientist predicted that a meteor is going to hit the earth and we're all going to die today. And of course, it never happened, right? But it's why we can't look at a calendar and go, okay, it's going to happen on this day, really, for these bigger events, because you guys, it's not calendar day based, it's event based, okay? So that's all I wanted to say. That was a very long, drawn out way of saying, forget the calendar and go by events. And actually, it's frequency, right? It's more frequency. When the frequency is right, the event can happen. And I'm not talking about the event. There are several. That's my perspective anyway. There might be a big one coming. Maybe the big one already happened. We're just integrating it. I have no idea. I'm just trying to go with the flow, you guys. That's all we can do. Stop trying to figure it out and just trust that it's happening. We're just kind of, in a lot of ways, we're along for the ride. Yes, we're co-creating it, and we're along for the ride, and we're growing, but we're also going with the flow. It's one big oxymoron, you guys. Hold on and let go at the same time, okay? Yeah, so anyway, I don't remember what I was saying. It'll come back. But what I want to do is get 3 cards from this beautiful deck from the highest vibration of love and light in the cosmos, always and only. More messages for this new year, please. Oh, okay. Well, there's 2 right there. Oh, I will take those. So friggin' lovely. All right, you guys, we got Athena. Yeah, she's the goddess of war, right? But she's a lot more than that. But so we got Athena, we got Hemera, rebirth, beautiful card for this new year, and we got Odysseus, the journey. Okay, so let's look at these. So we got 4, 25, and 40. So we got 2 4s. We got our 10 here, right? We got our 10 that is setting the tone for the whole reading. Us coming to this gateway of the end of this huge cycle of growth and unity consciousness awareness that we've been in and healing. Okay, so when then we get, we come to that gateway. So this is telling me, I'm tuning into this year's energies, right? The next 12 months. This is telling me we are going to go through that gateway. Okay, rebirth. Like, yes, we're experiencing it on cosmically, it's a small scale of the birds hatching and grass growing and the weather warming, right? It's a relatively small scale if you think about it in the whole scope of the universe, right? But yeah, this is really coming through as a bigger energy of we're going to step through that together, and maybe sooner than we think. Again, it's frequency based, you guys. So what I'm seeing is a timeline where we get our shit together real quick and we hold hands and we say, let's go. And that gateway opens and we all walk across. Okay. I'm not saying that this is going to be like, what was it, the Mayans who just vanished because we believe they ascended, right? Like they just decided to go and they just stepped right across. I'm not saying that's going to happen this year. You guys, what I'm saying is we're going to take a huge leap together forward, and it's going to bring an amazing rebirth. And look at this. It's like, I love this depiction of this beautiful woman because, first of all, 4 comes through as, for me, creating new foundations. Our foundations, our old foundations are gone. They're gone skis, you guys. They are done. They are bye-bye, okay? They have been crumbled and the rug has been pulled up from under us, and we are now rebuilding new foundations. Now, that does not mean new belief systems, but it is going to be based on our unity consciousness, which, in the grand scheme, it's all belief, right? It's all belief, which, at the end of this movie is going to mean nothing. But right now it's everything. Okay. And that's what we don't want to lose, that humanity, right? That connection to the human journey, where this is like, I always think that when I listen to some people who are talking about, oh, but all you have to do is remember that you are nothing, and then you won't judge anybody. I'm like, and that's all well and good, and that's beautiful, and I can do that sometimes, but at the same time, I'm not ready to be nothing yet, right? I want to experience this. I want to be human, and I want to feel the importance of this journey, right? And when we're nothing, I feel like we lose that. Again, it's beautiful and okay to start to connect to that because that is where we're headed. But I don't want to lose my humanity. Not yet. I'm not ready. And so we're creating new foundations. It's a very vulnerable time. Okay, so look how vulnerable she is. It's almost as if she is feeling kind of violated. So, and I'm not saying, in a very violent way, but we're going to feel very raw and vulnerable, very exposed, very uncomfortable. Okay, that's coming. We've already, we've been feeling this way, right? Like seriously, we've been feeling this way. I know right now as I record this, it is March 26th, 2022, and I have been experiencing an incredible crown upgrade, third eye opening, and just intense headaches, nausea, just my head feeling like it's been cracked open, and just, the wind whipping through it. I mean, is very unfamiliar, uncomfortable, brand new sensations in the physical body that is signaling to me that we are in a whole new state, okay, of energy. We are in a whole new place, all right? And it is a very uncomfortable feeling, right? It's like, okay, she's like in these woods, maybe she's never been there before, and she's like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know where I am. What happened to my clothes? Like, I don't, but really what this is just saying is we're going to go through periods, and maybe in general, overall, the whole year, we're really going to feel raw and exposed. But what we need to do is just embrace it, okay? Because it is helping us create our new foundation, our new solid foundation, okay? So the next was Athena 25. We're going to break that down to 7. 7 is very strong guides coming through, very strong guidance, a lot of power in our corner. So we're going to start seeing big shifts in our favor that we've seen a lot of big shifts that in the last 2 years, right? That as time goes by, we're like, maybe that was a good thing. What we're going to start to see finally this next 12 months is big shifts that actually look and feel good right away. Okay. And we know they're good. And look at that beautiful owl and Athena. I mean, that's a beautiful guide. But Athena, notice, okay, she's a warrior goddess, right? But notice she's got her back to the card, and she's not even really like, she's got her shield there, but she's not even really holding it. I don't know what's going on there, if that's like she's holding that up with her boobies. I have no idea what's happening there, but you can see her other hand down below. But anyway, she's not poised for battle. Okay, she's got her back turned to the battle because she knows she doesn't need to be part of that anymore, right? So she's moving beyond that, and the guides are supporting her. That beautiful owl is supporting her. He's right behind her, going, "Yes, keep going that way. You're not, nothing's going on back here that concerns you anymore." That is old energy. So that's a beautiful message too. Like, we are moving forward in leaps and bounds. My leg is so asleep right now. It hurts a little bit, but I'm going to keep going. So yeah, Athena, tune into this beautiful energy and realize that she's not fighting anymore. She's just empowered. She is just sovereign. She knows her own mind. She knows who she is. She is balanced. She has brought in more of her divine feminine with this healing journey, like we've all been doing. And she is realizing that the battle is over for her. Okay, there's nothing to fight anymore. It's time to surrender. It's time to allow. It's time to allow peace. It's time to allow, the time of war to come to an end. All right. It's time to surrender to that, because the more we resist, right? Everything that is uncomfortable, everything that feels uncomfortable in the body, in the world, comes from our resistance. Everything. Okay. I challenge you to comment with one thing that sucks that isn't caused by resistance, okay? Everything that doesn't feel good is caused by us resisting the path, resisting the journey, resisting the growth, resisting the very thing we signed up to experience, okay? Because we get afraid because, we agree to forget. What the hell? What the hell was that all about? I get it. That's how it's done, right? That's how we do it. But it's frustrating. I'm not going to lie, it's frustrating. So we go from 4 to this beautiful 7, right? Remember, we started with 10. Then we go to 4D, which for me, it's like, okay, let's just amplify this expansion. So the comfort zone, you guys, our comfort zone is going to go. But when you expand your comfort zone, it doesn't necessarily mean that you feel really good about that right away, right? Like, okay, you could be in okay, my comfort zone just got a little bigger, but you still had to feel that vulnerability, right? That discomfort in order to expand it. And so this is Odysseus, the journey. I mean, Odysseus, the Odyssey. If you had to read that in 9th grade, I know I did. It is about the epic journey. And it is a metaphor. It's a poem, right? Isn't that what I think that's the term they use. It's a poem. I can't think of the word, but I did read it in 9th grade. I promise. That was just a few years ago, you guys, just a little while ago. But it is the epic journey. It is the hero's journey. Okay. And it is a metaphor and a poem about humanity's journey. All right. Not just men, but humanity in general. Okay. And the growth through pain, growth through suffering, growth through loss that we have all been experiencing, but that is now coming to an end. Okay. We are coming into a period of time in humanity, in our existence, where growth will happen without so much pain. Okay? We're going to be able to expand and grow through connection, through unity consciousness, through compassion, right? Through our own healing and being able to see. It's the unity consciousness thing again, but I want to kind of expand on it, I guess. Being able to see each other as aspects of ourselves so that we have more compassion for each other. Okay. So this, seriously, the journey, I mean, but what's coming through really strongly is just more of this, more. That comfort zone is just going to grow exponentially tenfold, probably from 4 to 40, right? Tenfold. Okay. So I want to get a messenger. Let's just pull. I kind of just want one, maybe. We'll just get one from this. I'll show you this deck. Another owl. I didn't do that on purpose, but we got this beautiful guy, and then I had this deck sitting here. Why not? He is going to give us a message. This beautiful, beautiful barn owl. My favorite kind of owl. I love all owls, but I have had some cool encounters with owls. All right, so let's just get kind of a bridge to the next message from this card, from the highest vibration of love and light in the cosmos. Always and only, you guys, I've been talking a lot today. I've started doing shorts in here. On my other channel, I started TikTok. Find me on TikTok. I'll try to remember to add that to my description below. Now that I have a TikTok, I'm doing a lot of little quick card readings. That's all I'm doing. Quick card readings, quick guidance, quick messages, quick channeling. I'm hoping to do light language. I'm hoping to incorporate all of that. But I started a TikTok, and so I was doing a lot of that today. So my voice is just gone. But plus it's late. It's after midnight here, but that's okay. My whole family's still awake. We're night owls, really, but. And then with the time change, it's even later. So yeah, let's just get a bridge here from this deck to the next batch of messages. Oh my God. No. Okay, I do want to, yeah, because I already said that. That's just good confirmation. What the hell? Okay, I'm going to take this one for sure. 44. You know what? That's definitely the one we need. I'm just going to set that one because I looked at the, come on here. There we go. So I looked at the bottom of the deck, but this one fell out right as I was saying, right as I was finishing, my intention. 44. I mean, if this didn't scream us beginning to build our new reality from the ground up, metaphorically, obviously, but just really tuning into the world we want versus the world we've had. We all want a world that works for everybody. We really do. Those of us who are on this journey, of course, there are those who don't and who are just very disconnected from source, and they have a different journey. Okay, we're not going to, that's their journey. We can't do it for them. We can't turn them, right? We can't, it's their journey. So I'm not going to focus on them. I'm going to focus on us, 44, and look what it says. Surrender to the flow. Have I not been saying that? Surrender to the flow, you guys. 2022 is going to be a huge, so again, it's going to be a huge time of raw vulnerability. It's going to be a huge time of becoming hyper aware of where we're making things harder than they need to be, but also of where we're resisting. We're still trying to fight a war that doesn't exist. Okay. We've got to put the swords down, and our comfort zones are being expanded exponentially. And so if you don't surrender, you're going to be knocked on your ass by the waves. Okay. It's time to surrender, and then you'll be forced to surrender, right? Like a lot of times, and I don't mean this to, not cursing anybody or whatever, but take this as you will. If you keep pushing, if he keeps going, he doesn't rest, he doesn't drink his water, he doesn't eat, he's going to fall, and he's going to roll back down that hill and be right back where he started. Okay. So if you don't start taking care of yourself and listening to your body and listening to what your body needs, food wise, water wise, beverage wise, rest wise, energy wise, as far as who you surround yourself with. If you ignore it, if you continue to ignore it, then things will start happening like you'll get sick. Okay. You'll get sick. You'll get in a car accident. Again, I'm not cursing. I just know a lot of people who this happened to. They're like, oh, well, oh, no, I can't take time off. I can't take time off. And they got in a car accident, broke their legs, and had to take that time. That is growth through suffering, you guys. We are breaking that cycle now, okay? So the universe is saying, please be aware of where you're making things harder than they need to be. Please be aware where you're not stopping and taking care of yourself. Be aware of where you're still resisting, where you're still trying to fight, where you're still in that energy of us versus them, okay? And be aware of where this is going, where this journey is going. And where it's going is us expanding our comfort zones to envelop each other. Really, this is what's happening. We've all been living in our little bubbles, right? As we expand our comfort zones, we literally envelop each other into one big bubble, the unity consciousness, where we can be connected, not just metaphorically, but or energetically or cosmically or whatever, but psychically, telepathically. Okay. That's really where our compassion can reach a whole new depth. All right. We're going to be looking at each other. Judgment is just going to go, because you're going to look at that homeless person and go, that is an aspect of me. And I love that person. And I love their energy. And whatever. And you're going to have this beautiful compassion. But we are really being asked, they're basically telling us, you guys, right now, surrender to the flow, or we're going to knock you on your ass. And that'll be it. And then you'll be forced to just lay there because you'll be incapacitated. Okay. Or you can lay down on your own and stop choosing growth through suffering. Okay. Stop choosing growth through pain. All right. So I'm going to get one more. I'm going to pull one from this deck because it's my favorite. And then we'll finish up with another tarot. So let's get the next. Let's just keep going with the story. Spirit, just keep the flow going. Give me the next message that's coming through. Let's clarify anything that needs to be clarified from the highest level of vibration of love and light in the cosmos. The whole deck just splayed all over my lap. From the highest vibration of love and light in the cosmos, always and only, in the highest good of whoever stumbles upon this reading. God love you. So let's get a message. It's telling me 2 cards. We'll see. What's going on here? Okay, yeah, that for sure. I want to. Oh, of course. Thank you, darling. Yeah, okay. No, we don't want that. Okay. Of course, she comes through. This is my favorite card in this deck. This is me. This is you. This is us. This is, I have a tiny little obsession with Wonder Woman. This is Wonder Woman. But Wonder Woman is in all of us. Wonder Woman is not some alien half goddess. I know she's not an alien, but you know what I mean. Mythical half goddess that none of us are going to be good enough. Oh, we just have to wait for her to come say, you are tuning into your inner Wonder Woman. All right. And you are this, women, men, whatever you resonate with, whatever you identify as. This is representative of divine feminine empowerment coming through. Okay. And leadership. All right. We're going to see women, we've seen kind of a surge, I do believe, of women taking more active leadership roles. You guys, it's going to be a huge shift this year and next year. Yeah, what they're showing me. 2022, 23, 24. Huge, enormous shift. For a time, there needs to be more divine feminine. And again, that could be in a man's body or a body that identifies as other than male or female. Okay. But it's a divine feminine energy. For a time, the divine feminine does need to take over. Okay. Not completely, but I do feel this, like if you're talking about leadership positions in hierarchies kind of thing, in governments kind of thing, it's going to be more than 50% women. Okay. Huge shift in the next 2.5 years. Okay. Where this is going to take place. And it's necessary. Again, we are not taking over. We're not switching, we're done. Men and women are done. Masculine and feminine is done. Dominating over each other, taking turns being dominant, we're done. We're done with that, okay? It's time to really actively focus on balancing it. And so, yes, we are going to be in more leadership roles than divine masculine. I say we because I represent divine feminine. That's how I identify. And so we are going to be over 50% of the leadership because more of us are farther along on this spiritual journey. That is just a fact. I'm not bashing anybody. I'm not judging anybody at all. Okay. I think most people who know what's up will agree. Okay. So you are a beacon for others. Just, it's time for us to really step into our power to, again, this is divine feminine empowerment. Again, I think that was the message coming through that wanted to come through because this is a collective reading, is that be aware. And be aware if you are one of those divine feminine, okay? I definitely feel like I am one. It is not an ego thing, I swear to God, because I resisted it for years. And that kept me very sick in my physical body, okay? I resisted believing that I was going to be stepping into a very important leadership role on this earth, in the new earth, okay? I'm accepting it a lot more now. I'd say I'm about 78, 80% accepting it as just a fact, as just the path that I have chosen this time. If you feel that too, that you are, then keep your eyes open, okay? Because steps toward that are going to start presenting themselves to you, okay? Whatever it looks like. And I do feel like for most of us, it's really going to surprise you. It's going to blow your fucking minds, you guys. It's going to look nothing like you think it will look, or that you think it needs to look, or that you think you want it to look, okay? Because the universe has better plans than we could ever even fathom. The universe knows what it's doing. So when those opportunities come and you see it, you'll see it as a stepping stone to you stepping into your power, literally in a leadership position in this new earth. Then take that leap of faith, you guys. Take it. It's actually not even coming through as a fool energy. It's going to be more empowered. It's going to be more intentional. You're going to be like, oh, all right, I'm going to step right in that. Okay. So this was the other one. Because they told me to pull two. I mean, this is where we're going, right? Infinite. This is what we're creating. We're manifesting infinite abundance. And it says abundance is pouring into your life. So we are going to it is going to be challenging the next 2 years, okay? But at the same time, we're going to see manifestations coming to life. We're going to see more and more abundance than ever before. And yes, we may. Okay, so here's the thing with this whole event, and everybody is, kind of concerned about, where's my deck here that I want? I'm going to get the tarot deck going. Everybody's concerned about, some event taking place that is going to shut down the world for a little while. That may happen. I can't see it because, again, this is frequency based. It could take place all in a cosmic sense where it's going to be taking place kind of in the underlying energies while we're going through this year of everything that I've already said, right? Or it could manifest as a big event on the planet. And it may be that the people who have chosen to not continue on the journey in a physical body, maybe they have all chosen to go in a large event. Okay. I don't know. I know I'm not going anywhere for anytime soon. I'm not, I don't have my crystal ball, but what I will say is, we may choose that and know that whoever goes, they already know. On the soul level, they already know, they've already chosen, it's already been decided, they know what they're doing, and they need to leave. Okay. And so we could very well yet see a lot of people going. Okay. And I know I'm not trying to diminish that. It is sad. We're all going to grieve. It's going to be, for a lot of people, maybe even devastating for a while. I hate that word, but I shouldn't say hate. That is a powerful word that brings a lot of negative, connotations and maybe triggering. However, that may yet happen. But At the same time, even if tragedy strikes in your life, in other areas, you're going to see this amazing unlimited, you're going to be open to this abundance. And so whereas you may lose, let's say you may lose a family member, okay, someone who chooses to leave, but then at the same time maybe they leave you money, okay. So do you see what I'm kind of saying is that it's kind of like the energy of Kali, like endings bring beginnings. All right. So as things end, as we grieve them, right? But it's just all energy. They're just transforming. There is no death, okay, right? But at the same time, you're going to start seeing it. It's almost like the ending energy. We're in 2022, the year of the six, right? It's six is death of the old, death of the whatever is not serving you anymore. Let it go, okay? But it's not allowing the death of the old. It is the old dying, and it is being ripped from us because we're resisting, right? Because it's familiar and we think we need it, right? And so we grieve and we suffer through the loss of it, okay. And we don't. So what's going to happen is though is the loss now is going to open you up and make way for more infinite abundance. And I'm not saying everybody's going to die. It's not. Don't put words in my mouth, but you know what I mean. It's just easiest just to use that as an example that, okay, somebody's going to die. Grandma's going to die. Grandma doesn't want to be here anymore. So for whoever this is resonating with, I know you love her. And I know she is healthy and strong, and she could stay another 20 years if she chose to. She does not want to. She wants to cross over and get on with her journey. Okay. So she's going to choose to go. And you may go, but wait, she wasn't even that, frail or whatever. She chose to go because that's how badass she is, where she was just like, I'm gone. I love you. I will always be here energetically, but I am off to my next adventure. Okay. What's going to happen then is she's going to, oh, guess what? Surprise. She invested in something and she left you the stocks. Something like that. I don't quote me on that either, because I have a personal belief too that the stock market is just going to fall away. Eventually, I would say in the next 20 years for sure, it'll be gone. By 2042, that there will not be a stock market. I do feel like it's just going to cease to exist at some point. We won't need it. We won't need it because it's ridiculous, you guys. It creates the flawed economy. It creates all the flaws. Like, and yeah, the people are doing it too, but it's we're perpetuating this ridiculousness, and it's that it's kind of at the heart of it. The stock market is, and it's no longer serving us, you guys. So say goodbye to it. So let's get one last message from the tarot deck to wrap this up, please, for whoever is watching this in their highest good. One last message from the highest vibration of love and light in the cosmos, always and only, for whoever may be watching this message. Let's do it. Of course, I'm trying to summon something. 7 of Wands, we got more fire, you guys. Seriously, 7. Remember what I said 7 was? Very strong, powerful guides, a lot of power in our corner. So we're sticking with the fire energy. That does not surprise me. We're going to usher in 2023 in March, the spring equinox of 2023, with more fire. Okay, or we're coming to the end of it. I should say we're coming up to the spring equinox in 2023 with more fire. 7 is strong guides. I do want to kind of intuit this. I do feel like this dude is wearing jester pants. So this has definitely got a lot of fool energy with it. I know it's not traditional how to read that, but he's wearing like jester pants. Like, look at his pants. And he's taking one step up, like he's going to jump. Okay. He has taken a huge leap of faith, and he's going to take down. See, there's 7. He's got 1. He's going to take these 6 down with him. Okay. So what's the message there is, basically, it goes along with this one. I feel like it's like, there's no more fighting or beating things off or avoiding things or bypassing or locking them away. We just have to jump and tackle them head on, okay? And not in a us versus them way, but in a, okay, once and for all, I'm going to confront you. I'm going to transmute you. I'm going to alchemize you, and I'm going to be done with this. With this cycle. I really think in a lot of ways, this cycle is the growth through suffering that we are coming to the end of. Okay, so yeah, like toward the end, I would say after January, when we start to wake up a little bit from the winter energy, right? We're still supposed to be hibernating. Like, don't January 1st is not when you're supposed to start going to the gym, you guys. You should be consistently moving your body. But if you are needing a New Year's resolution, January is not the time. That's why everybody fails, because you're still supposed to be hibernating. It's still a very slow moving, stagnant feeling energy. It's sluggish, not stagnant. But yeah, the message coming through is we're just going to jump, and we're just going to just kind of barrel through the rest of our healing, not bypassing, but just be like, okay, I'm just going to do this. Like, it's time to take care of business, is what this is telling me. Okay. And so that wraps up this energy beautifully. Like, we come in like kind of whiny. We're kind of like needy whiner babies right now. And I am right there with you, you guys. I completely own this. Like, I have really um, kind of sunk into the drama, and the drama of the trauma, right? When it really isn't as bad as we've made it out to be. It really isn't, because we have so much more power than we think we have. We're in charge. We're running the show. We're creating this whole thing, okay? All right. I'm going to call it, because that's fucking beautiful. That's a great place to end it. I love you all. Thank you for being here. I know this was long. I hope you made it to the end. Like, share, subscribe. I was really called to do this reading, and I'm really glad I did. Thank you for being here, and I will see you all next time.